Hi, I'm Grace Ann Roselle, and these are our equine teachers here today. And we have a group from New Mexico State University and from Las Cruces, horse people and non-horse people. And today we're going to learn about working in groups and teams and working with people, but we're going to learn about working with people from first working with horses. Over the years, I had an opportunity. I decided what did I really want to do, and what I most like to do, it's the most fun for me, is to introduce other people to this way of learning about getting along with other people by learning how to get along with a horse. So today we're going to introduce our group here to their horse teachers and see what our horses teach us today. Years ago, I was riding very intensively, 3 horses a day, 7 days a week, even Christmas and Easter, no days off. And sometimes, in order to get my schoolwork in and my riding in with the horses, I would ride at 6 in the morning or at midnight. I had an indoor arena in my barn in Pennsylvania. And so I was out there one morning, 6 in the morning, horses had had their breakfast, and I'm getting him tacked up. Nadik was a big bay horse, just spectacular. And I'm getting ready to ride. And every morning as I took him out into the cross ties in the barn aisle, he was getting more and more restless. And he was getting grumpy. And he would toss his head and like he was going to bite at me, or stomp his foot like he was going to kick me. And it was getting worse and worse. And one morning as I slapped him on the neck and I said, "Quit that," I just stopped. And I said, "What am I doing here?" And I looked at him and he looked hurt and resentful. And I felt terrible. And I thought about what's going on here. And I realized he wanted to be recognized as a being, not an object. And I stopped and I saw his face. I was there when he was born. He saw me before he saw his mother. And here I was just, hurry, 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 throw the saddle on, let's get out there and ride. And once I got on him, it was okay. But he kept, this behavior in the cross ties. So I stopped and I looked at him and I said, "I'm sorry, buddy. How are you?" "I'm here." And I petted him on his neck and he started to relax. And I just talked to him for a minute, petted him, and then he was fine. And he never did that again, because I stopped every morning and said hello to him first. And the end of the story is, after that, we got through that episode, one morning after that, I was coming out and he was eating his breakfast, munching his hay, and I had been upset by something. And as I walked in, I said, "How are you this morning, buddy?" I said, "I'm not so good, I could use a hug." And he left his hay and he came over and put his chin on my shoulder. So the thing that impresses me is that if a horse is that sensitive to how I'm acting towards them, to how I'm treating them as an object or as another living being, how much more do people feel the same stuff? But unfortunately, people are trained not to show us those reactions. People are trained that you're the boss, I do what you say. No matter how unhappy I am, I don't kick you or I lose my job. So when we start to work with horses here, we get an honest response. It doesn't have to do with anything personal about us or them. They are reflecting us back to us. So I find that it's much easier to learn how we're interacting when we interact with the horse. So people told me they saw things that they hadn't thought to look for. And that's the whole point. None of this is mumbo jumbo strange stuff. It's all things that we know how to do if we pay attention. And the horses remind us how to pay attention. What we always say is horses are people too. And what this workshop's about is about remembering that people are people too. And it takes a horse to remind us sometimes how to treat people in a way that recognizes their fellowship as another human being and respects them and appreciates the joy of working together. Thank you.
Mesmo de cara lavada, diz que sou sua pintada. Eu já lhe disse, meu amor, isso são gants de beauté que aqui estão pra ajudar você a encontrar